To the Barley Ford Super Bowl 53 postgame. Wow, what a match. In the battle of David versus Goliath, let us make no bones, we found out two things. David has a lot of heart, but Goliath, he's a badass. Okay, the Patriots bought at home. The final score was 13-3. The over-under was 56 points. Count your money if you took the over-under. You better be taking that thing to the bank right now. You did very well. You're very happy. Vegas is probably not too pleased with the way this match turned out. It was a defensive slugfest. McVay blinked, okay? Gurley was a no-show. And Belichick, well, he was Belichick. What can you say about that? We're going to go to some highlights here in a minute, but I want to talk about some stats we did in the halftime show and compare them against what we do have here now at the end. And they are very telling, exactly what we had talked about in the halftime show, that basically the Patriots had 45 yards on the ground in the first half. Okay, they got 105 yards on the ground in the second half. And as I pointed out, the team that could get the ground game going was going to get their offense going. And eventually that's what happened, but not by a lot, but by enough. This game came down to the end. It was a slugfest, both teams bringing it, and well matched on offense, defense, coaching staff, special teams. Let's pick it up in the third. We watched plenty of highlights at halftime. And the first big highlight that I want to jump to, I talked about him in the pregame, about Donta Hightower and how he was going to have a game. This is nearing the end of his career. He was going to make a difference. And here early in the third quarter, he had the perfect opportunity. Both hands on the ball. Look at the instincts, the angle he took. He's got... Okay, well, all right. Yeah, I'd be laying on the ground with my face down too. Wow, I understand that's why you play defense, is because your hands aren't that good, but come on, man. This was your moment in the sun, Hightower, but hey, Hightower fans, don't worry. He comes back later, makes a big play. Let's, keep the highlight reel running here and look at what we've got coming up, because basically it's highlight after highlight in a defensive struggle. Here, Gurley gets back in the game. He only had 2 touches in the first half. He finally does a nice cutback run, takes it up the middle for a nice run. This was missing all day long, and to be frank, this was the only play it worked in the whole game. Look at that. It's beautiful. And then all of a sudden, the Rams get a breath of air, some hope, because Chung walks off the field, his arm in an air cast. Yes, it's broke. Yes, he's going to have surgery. That was a horrific injury for the back four that has been playing the best in the NFL for the Saints. And now, all of a sudden, maybe the Rams can go deep. Maybe they can make some plays. This could change the game. But you know what? It didn't work out that way. It's still a Belichick coach defense. You still see what's coming in. And you watch this play right here. It's called tight coverage. Sticking the arm in, clean as can be, no flag, denying the ball. That's just what you want, man. I mean, that's what you're looking for. All right, they're pulling out all the stops here on offense, on defense. Brady in the shadow of his own goalpost. And understand, very few plays were run in the red zone. As a matter of fact, until the fourth quarter, there was not a play run in the red zone. But here, getting out of the shadow of his own goalpost, Brady hits who else? Edelman. I mean, come on, the guy is the bomb. Him and Brady go back. You have to think that at night when they sleep, they probably roll over at the same time together. These guys are incredible. And yeah, they kept it up all game long, but that wasn't the only guy he threw to. And by the way, he didn't have all day to throw either, as the Rams kept bringing the pressure, but Brady manages to get the ball off to, like I said, somebody else. Oh, wait, no, it's the same guy, Edelman. How can you not love these two guys together? Edelman, the guy that was drafted and cut and couldn't catch on anywhere, and now he's the guy that everybody wants because he's the glue that keeps this going. Sure, they had Josh Gordon here in the middle of the year, and he was awesome. But hey, Edelman, this guy wins you a Super Bowl. Now, Brady's not just throwing short. He's going to take his shots deep. Here he takes Hogan, this speed guy. Hogan goes deep, gets a half step, but look at the coverage by Peters on this. This is just insane. Peters turns into the wide receiver, takes an excellent angle on the ball. If Hogan had not played defense there, I think this ball would have come back the other way. Now you're flipping it on back here. Goff, on the other hand, he's got slightly better wide receiver / connection on his end. Look at this strike. It's a frozen rope on third down just when they need it at the worst time. These are huge plays. Matter of fact, this was actually the first time that the Rams were starting to move the ball in the game. Until then, they just hadn't done anything but punt a lot. But here you look back, and this is why they were punting a lot. I mean, Goff manages to get rid of the ball, and, you've heard the butt fumble. Well, this is the butt pass. He hits him right there. Hey, man, it worked. He didn't take a sack. You got to appreciate that. But then he turns around after that play, calm and cool as can be, throws a strike, man. I mean, look at this. Cooks, timing, nice tight coverage, makes the break. There's not a lot of separation there. There's a ball thrown on point, and man, does it count. You have to understand, the game here is anybody's game. Who's going to score? Who's going to do something to put this game away? And now they're going to take a shot downfield, and man, it's there. It's there, but...
Goff steps up, he's going for the big ball to the end zone.
Goff, I got to say, he threw a lot of great balls, but that wasn't one of them, man. And then here's another one that wasn't good. You had your guy open. All you had to do is throw it on time. You wait and let this guy catch up. Hey, Rams fans, I love Goff. I think he's doing a lot of great things for you. But without Gurley in the fold, he just doesn't have what it takes to move this offense on the muscle of his own arm, especially when the running game's just not there. As a matter of fact, they had to settle for a field goal here, and thank goodness this guy, 53 yards, you gotta love this. If not for this, they were totally out of the game. Basically, this guy was keeping them in. And as I saw an interesting tweet, since both field goal kickers were making all the points, when was the last time a field goal kicker had been the MVP of the Super Bowl? I don't know. Has anybody got that stat? Anybody? I don't know. And then, the Patriots started doing what the Patriots do so well, sticking to their game plan. They kept it close. They were in the lead. They know they need to run the ball. They drafted a guy number 1 for a reason, Sonny Michel, and hey, he's a power running back. Yeah, he's got a degenerative knee condition. That's why he slid down in the draft. Patriots don't care, man. They are wanting to win now. They got Brady now. They're not worried about who's going to be feeling what for their body in 6 years. But then you flip back, and I got to give Goff some credit, man. Run this replay a few times here if we could, because this is in your own end zone. And when you have all hell breaking down around you and you can remain calm, cool, and collected and deliver the ball, you are an NFL quarterback. And that's what that's what Goff throws right there. He shows me that he's here. He is a Super Bowl QB. He's not the best QB today, don't get me wrong. But yeah, okay, he's not his best today, but under a lot of pressure, I got to tip my hat to this guy. Wow, a few plays like this kept the Rams in the game with really no running game to speak of. I mean, it was all on him. So, you got to give him credit for that. And so then they come out, C.J. Anderson trying to do his best Gurley impersonation, because not only did he throw the nice stiff arm, he put the ball on the ground too, like Gurley has been doing of late. And man, they got away with one here. Watch Hightower as he slides out of bounds, try to do the oopsie doodle. No, that ball's not out of bounds. Jump up, look at the ref, try to claim it's ours, but it wasn't. Okay. It's a nice play. The game just goes back and forth here, man. I mean, you've got to love it. Neither team giving an inch that they can't give, or, it's the old Al Pacino thing about a game of inches. Every inch was fought for here. You look at this play. You see linemen coming over. You see a guy running from the other side of the field to launch his body to try and deny Goff the first down, which he did. Okay, so I mean, this is what it takes. This is Super Bowl football. The two best teams in the league playing. This was just fascinating to watch. You had to love this game from the beginning to the end. There was just nothing not to love about it. But when you come down to it, basically, the Pats were too much, okay? Gronk got loose a few times. Brady remained patient, kept probing, finally made the few big plays. They went up by the touchdown. They put their foot on the throat. Then they made the big defensive stop after that. And the Rams just didn't have the gas. They didn't have the talent. They did not have the coaching to match up. Hey, I picked the Rams to win this game. I was wrong. But this was a matchup, man. This was anybody's game down to the fourth. I think it was a heck of a game. My hat is tipped off to the Rams. I highly suspect you guys are going to be in the Super Bowl conversation for several years to come. This is a great window for you. And hey, Belichick, everybody's writing you off as this is yours and Brady's swan song. Me? Hey, I'll see you next year in the Super Bowl.